Hello everyone, Tiffany Manger here, and this time I am going to do what is called a one-sheet wonder. So when you take one piece of cardstock, this is our standard 8.5 by 11, and you end up taking it to where you're going to make, I have these flipped over so you can't see them, 7 different cards with it. So I did a lot of steps ahead of time already, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I took them to decorate. I used this one piece, one sheet, to decorate 7 cards. It's called One Sheet Wonder. So what you do is you just take your standard one piece of cardstock, and usually you choose a stamp set. I chose the Nailed It. If you enjoy this set, you might want to get it ASAP because it is retiring. And I do know that the framelits are sold out now. So you might be able to still get the stamp set. So what I did is I already went ahead and I stamped the whole sheet. Here we go. See, I just took the different stamps to it and I stamped all over, and I already colored it. That's the way to save you a lot of time. Didn't do it any specific way, just stamped wherever I pleased. I colored it and whatnot. So now our piece is done. That's probably the most time consuming part here. So now we are going to take it and let me bring my cutter here. And we're going to start cutting it up. So first off, we're going to have it horizontal here. And we're going to cut it in half at 5.5. So here we go, 5.5. And there we go. We've got 2 halves here. I'm going to take half of it. I'm going to set it aside. We're going to take this other half. We're going to turn it vertical, like so. And we are going to cut it at 4. Well, actually, we're going to cut it in half at 4.25. Excuse me. Cut it in half at 4.25. So basically, you just split it in half again. All right. 2 halves. So you got 2 quarters here. Take this guy, set him aside. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece here and we're going to cut 1/4 inch off of each side. So we're going to make this 4. And this is normally our standard size that we do for our, when you do your first layer of a card. And we're going to flip it around here and we're going to cut off another 1/4 inch. So it will be 5.25. Oh. All right, 5.25. Him down. All right. So this first piece here, you just got a plain old first layer, and just take some scraps. And this is what I did with this layer here. Boom. And this set, I used the Cool Treats stamp set. Here we go. That's what that looks like. So, and I just happen to have some 1/2 inch, actually I believe these are 1/4 inch scrap pieces, and I fringed them up with the scissors. I stamped a tag, and that was that. So there's card 1 right there. Boom. Alrighty. So next off, you're going to take your other 1/4 that you have here, and we're just going to line this up in the diagonals right here like this. Alrighty, I'm going to put this up in the middle. So now I got 2 diagonals here. Okay, I took this guy and I automatically just stuck him in the corner here like so. I stamped my greeting there. I took another 1/4 piece I had and I just trimmed it up with the fringe scissors, and I actually stuck it like right under it. So there you go. There is card number 2. And these are very easy peasy simple cards. There you go. So this guy here, I took it and I trimmed off, I believe I trimmed off about 1/2 inch on each, or here and 1/2 inch here. Or I trimmed it up, so I did a layer and did this. Like so. I gave it an extra layer. I put my saying going down across there. I bumped it up with some dimensionals. But there you go. There's card 3. If you want, you could put some little bling or run that through an embossing folder for textures. But these are just very simple, quick cards. So there's card number 3. Alrighty. We're going to bring back this other half. and we've got it at 5.5 right now. We're going to bring this over here and let's see here. We are going to cut it horizontal or vertical this way. 3.5. Let me measure up to 3.5 here. Here we go. Put that guy aside. You want this smaller guy right here, this 3.5, and boom, card number 4. Ta-da! So what I got here is I just took yet another scrap piece. Like if you're doing like a bunch of cards where you got to cut off 1/4 inch on each side to make it a little smaller, you got all these scraps left. That's what these are good for. I just put them on here like so. I placed it on top a little bit. I die cut out one of my framelits. It just said happy, and there we go. Very easy peasy. There's your card number 4. So, see your pieces are getting a little smaller. Our next piece, what we are going to do is we are going to, I'm going to trim him up along this side. You're still going to want your 5.5 piece here. Let me make sure I got that. Yep, that's 5.5. You're going to cut off 1 inch, just 1 inch. 1 inch, and let me slide him up. There is 1 inch there. And what I would do is I would just add maybe about, I believe, what size is that here? Oops. Let me see. What did I? It's about 1.5 inches. I did. Just an extra border right there. Like so. I stamped the sentiment, sponged it. Ta-da! Another very easy card. Boom. And there's card number 5. So let me set that aside. Alrighty. What we got here left? Okay. Now, what we're going to do is on your 5.5 side, which I believe I've got still. Yep, there's my 5.5. We're going to cut this at 2 3/4. 2 3/4 of an inch. Slide them up. And that should be by 4. So 2 3/4 by 4. And here's another piece. So I took that and voila. I just made a piece 1/4 inch on each side. A little bit bigger so you have a little mat, and I just die cut out a sentiment and everything. So there you go. There's card number 7. Alright, and we got this little guy here. This little guy is 4 inches by 2 3/4. We're going to take the 2 3/4 side, and we are going to cut them by 1 each. An inch each. So, let me, there we go. And another inch. And then that leaves you with 2 inches left, and I cut him in half, so. Alright, you've got 4 little pieces here. Now, I only used 3. You can use 4, but I only used 3. If you want, you can make something else with that little guy there, too. And what I did is I added 2 layers onto each piece and separated them like that. So you ended up getting this here. So this is, and adding a sentiment. So there is card number 7. There you go. That easy, that quick, that you got 7 cards using just 1 piece of paper to decorate them. So, and this is actually a very cool thing that you can do. Something very, very simple. You've got scraps laying around to grate. You could get just 1 pack of cardstock where you could use for your bases. And then you can take maybe just like a set of washi tape, and you can use them to do your borders and backgrounds for whatnot. This is a very, very easy project to do. So I'm going to give you the measurements again for each of the pieces. So your first piece that you cut your first cut is going to be at 5.5 on the 11-inch side. So you would cut it in half, and then you would cut it in half again at that half of it at 4.25. So you would have your piece here, and you would trim off a quarter inch off each side. So your total would be 5.25 by 4. So that is your first size. Your next size is 5.5 by 4.25, and I just took it and cut it on the diagonals. So there would be one piece, and this guy here, I just cut off a 1/4 inch on this side and a 1/4 inch off that side. So that would be your next piece. Your other half of your sheet, you're going to take and cut along your 8.5 side, So your total for this size would be 5.5 by 3.5. Then you would just cut off on the 5.5 side an inch strip. That would be your next piece. That last piece you have, you would cut it right in half. So you would end up with a piece here at 4 by 2 3/4. And in your last piece that is that size, you would just cut it in 1-inch pieces to have 4. So there you go. That's how it is. And I'm going to move these guys out of the way. And this works great for all kinds of different stamp sets. Butterflies, kitty cats. As you can see, I've done a masculine one. Here is all 7 cards. Let's see if I can get all 7 cards in here. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I cannot get 7. There's a 7th one. I'll hold him up here. So there you go. Like I said, 7 cards out of 1 sheet of cardstock. There you go. Very easy. If you like what you've seen, please like my video and subscribe to my channel. I try to do at least 1 new video a week. If you'd have any questions, just ask down below and I will try to get to you as soon as I can. You can also check out my Facebook page, Tiffany Manger Stampin' Up Demonstrator. If you'd like to order any products you've seen here, check out my website, www.tiffanymanger.stampinup.net. I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back again. Have a nice day.